Hello YouTube, it's Cam. So, so I just got off work and I've been seeing a lot of headlines and looking at a lot of news. And what I'm about to share, or what I'm about to talk about briefly, is part of the reason and heart behind me making this channel sufficiently free. And it just motivates me even more. And I hope it does with y'all too. Because as y'all know, the economy is just horrendous. I'm seeing videos of people literally struggling to afford to live, to afford to get groceries, to afford just basic things. People living paycheck to paycheck and having decent jobs, even for myself. I'm an accountant. I make a little over 90K a year. And with my wife's income, we have a 6-figure household. But even then, right, we don't have an expensive house, we have a townhouse. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. Mortgage is on the pricey side, but with bills and everything just going on, we are living paycheck to paycheck. So, it's ridiculous how last week, or actually the week before that, I had just gone out to eat for lunch 3 or 4 times. Didn't meal prep for some days, so I just had to eat out 3 or 4 times. And it hurt me to the point where I have like 2 digits, like $50 or less in my spending account. And just now I had to fill up my gas, so it's probably less than that. So this is what I'm talking about, guys. It's just crazy how expensive things are. And I understand why, especially people my age, they feel like they're behind. They have to stay with their parents. There's even headlines as far as people, staying single, not wanting to have kids. And I get it, because everything is just so expensive. I don't know why this is a coming trend. So this is what I'm perceiving. And I want to title this video. You probably already see it right now, but what I'm going to title this video is "Get a Grasp on Life Before Life Has a Grasp on You." Because if you don't take the steps and the measures to ensure that you're doing financially well and just living life in a normal way without all these different obstacles to overcome, then you're going to drown. You're really going to drown. And I'm seeing a lot of my friends and a lot of people literally struggling to make ends meet. So what I'm going to do, will continue to do, is to think of ways of how to decrease expenses and also increase income. So I do have a job, but I also have a side gig that I haven't been using as much. It involves being able to use my car to earn me money. So basically just delivering things to other locations. And it earns me a little bit of money here and there. But yeah, this is where we're going to have to get creative, y'all, because with food prices going out the water, like just skyrocketing, and living expenses being so expensive that people literally can't afford to have basic housing, and how I'm hearing that there's going to be a recession, or I'm hearing people say that it's going to be Great Depression 2.0, which is just, and I can see it coming in the near future. So we all need to perceive what is going on and start to be like, okay, I'm going to make a plan. I'm going to see what I make, what I spend my money on, and I can't afford to be careless with my money. Basically what I'm trying to say is that the standard of living is going to have to change. I think what tends to happen is that people are caught up with just living the same way for a long time, which means as far as, okay, so you work, and then you want to be able to, enjoy your money after paying bills. But unfortunately, that is not the status that we are at where you can do that. Now, if you're rich, if you're financially stable, if you're financially free, then that's great. But for the majority of Americans, where I'm seeing a lot of layoffs happening, I'm seeing a lot of people, a lot of employment rates are going high. And yeah, and even the most recent headline as far as Walmart increasing prices for consumers. Like, it's bad out here, it's bad. So, really need to wake up and to, what I like to say, delay gratification. I think one thing that my generation may struggle with is, wanting instant gratification. Because life is hard enough as it is. And so after working really hard and getting that money and spending that money on your bills, you want to be able to enjoy a little bit by maybe going out for drinks or something like that, or just, I don't know, watching a movie. But unfortunately, that time is not yet there if you are not financially stable. So, if you have debt, that should be your first priority. Because you're always going to have to owe people something, and if you're not tackling it, then that interest is going to keep growing and growing and growing. Student loans are horrible. Consumer debt is really bad. So that's, you probably, those who have watched my videos before, the ones that I uploaded last week, y'all heard me say that my first priority is to tackle the debt. Again, I'm about a little over $14,000 in debt. Well, actually more so like $16,000 because I combined my credit card and my student loans. But I'm not counting the mortgage. And so that is priority number one. If you're in the same boat where you have that amount or more or even less, get rid of that debt. Because that, once you pay that off, that will be more money back in your pockets. And you can save up as far as like, building up your emergency fund or investing it or putting in an IRA account. Be able to build wealth, to be well off. So tough times are definitely here. If you haven't felt it yet, you definitely will feel it soon. I'm starting to feel it a lot more and more and more as, just trying to just do the basic things is becoming really expensive to the point where I have to cut even more costs. So, so I'm on a mission. You got to lock in. On a mission to get out of a financial hole, and do not let this economy dictate your life, and do not let life control you. But again, like I said, the title of this video being, get a grasp on life before life has a grasp on you. I'll see you on the next video.